Hello everyone and welcome to the FIFA 11 Parsec tournament over here at Parsec Tournament Galleria. I am your host, Blue Discord. And yeah, let's get right into it, shall we? So, this FIFA 11 tournament is the first requested, suggested tournament here over a Discord server, whereby I have an actual section in the Discord server whereby you can actually suggest any game to do as a Parsec tournament. However, there are some stipulations behind it. So basically, in our server, if you do suggest a tournament to do as a game, you will need to be an active member of the Discord server. That means that you could pretty much contribute just to chit chats, you could pretty much show off the stuff you're doing in your own server or whatever you're doing on content creation side. We actually do like a lot of content creation. I actually do like to discuss a lot of people when they do a lot of different work on their side. If you're doing any tournaments, that's okay, you can post it over here. That is what I call an activity stuff, just to show that you don't really forget about us, so that you are actually contributing and you're talking, you're mingling, and you're just pretty much being a part of the community over here. And number two, the most important one, I would say beyond number one actually, is to actually compete in the Parsec tournaments. Now, what I mean by participating in the Parsec tournaments is that you actually are entering and signing up into the Parsec tournaments. You are an actual active participant. Hopefully you don't like, you actually like some of the games we actually do, but at the same time though, is that you're just kind of a good sportsman really, because at the end of the day, everyone that is competing over here at Parsec Tournaments Galleria is something whereby we're just trying to be more of a casual side, but at the same time having a good, friendly, competitive fun around what we do. So that's why essentially I'm looking for people that are very energetic and loving the idea of actually doing these Parsec tournaments, but along with it, doing multiple different games. We're not just going to be doing modern or new games, we're going to be doing retro as well. We're going to do so much more with the server. And that is what we're trying to aim for, looking for everyone that is happy to contribute. So if you are one of those people that wants to be involved with the Parsec tournaments here, I do have a link in the description for a Discord server that you can actually join and participate. Also, usually in the links, I also show the challenge bracket and everything related with the tournament that we have in hand, which today is going to be FIFA 11 in this video. So yes, this is the first suggested tournament in our server, and none other than the first person that suggested it is none other than Torao. So Torao is our most active member in our server so far for the past 2 to 3 months. He's pretty much been actively in our Discord server competing in the tournaments, and has also been an active member in the server, talking to many of us in our community. And he's also the actual moderator in the server from all of his hard work. So he actually has the privilege to be the first person suggesting the game in our server, which today is going to be FIFA 11. So once I actually go into the voice channel and if he is there, we're going to actually ask a couple more questions before we do start the tournament, just to see what really was his mind to actually go with the FIFA 11 as this first game tournament. But yeah, this is actually going to be an interesting one, because we actually did do a FIFA tournament back with FIFA 19 a couple weeks ago. I think it was either the first or second week of January, which actually turned out really well. We actually had 2 members come through, and one of them was kind of an active participant, Oma Game Zone, and then another one was just the first time in which actually won the tournament, MJH. They actually wasn't available to actually compete in today's tournament, but we do have some other members that are actually involved with actually competing in today's tournament. Without further ado though, let's actually get into the rules as well. So, the rules are as follows. It will be a double round elimination tournament. Every round in the tournament will be 1 match only. Game rules except grand finals. Game length will be 6 minutes per half. I actually needed to change that, by the way, because it's actually 5 minutes. Sorry about that. But yeah, default on FIFA 11 is 5 minutes. So I should have changed that, because I'm actually using the FIFA 19 rules. But let's just pretend that actually says 5 instead of 6. If the player scores 3 goals, then they automatically get the win. If the game ends in a draw, then the game goes into penalties to decide the winner. Everything else will be set to default. Soccer 8 is banned. I don't even know if Soccer 8 is in the game. I always just say Soccer 8 is banned because I hate seeing people choose Soccer 8 in the newer FIFA games when I actually do play the newer FIFA games. So I just say they're banned. And if there is any other cheeky teams that people use and I see that the stats are overmaxed, then they will be banned as well, even if they're not in the rules. Now, game rules for the grand finals. Game length will be 6 minutes per half. If the game ends in a draw, then the game goes to extra time. If the extra time ends in a draw, then the game goes to penalties to decide the winner. Everything else will be set to default. Soccer it is banned. So then again, yeah. The only differences between the grand finals and the non-grand finals is that you have the opportunity to win by scoring 3 goals. So it could be pretty much 3-0, 3-2, 3-1, whatever. As long as you score 3 goals, you're pretty much through. If it goes into a draw, it goes straight to penalties. We don't really care about golden goal or extra time in non-grand finals, really. The whole objective about non-grand finals in the FIFA games, when I do tournaments, is speed. You have to be very aggressive. If you're not aggressive, then you're losing the chance to actually go through it. Grand finals, however, acts like a normal FIFA game if you're playing online. You have your normal 5 minutes per half, goes into extra time if it's a draw, and then if it's still a draw, then it goes to penalties. So we're fine with that. Grand finals, I feel as though that it needs to have everything locked inside. Like, there can't be any skips around it. Non-grand finals, though, however, when we do FIFA tournaments, or it could be FIFA, it could be PES. Like, I'm pretty much probably going to be doing a lot of PES tournaments as well on top of FIFA. But FIFA has been the more priority and also the first requested tournament. So this is an example if we do a Pro Soccer game as well. This would be the normal set standard rules, because when we did the FIFA 19 one, I may have done a bit of mistakes in the beginning whereby someone has scored 3 goals and then I didn't just stop the match right away. But as the rules stand, it was really good when we actually did pick up the pace in the later game. So that's why I feel as though those rules are really good. But at the same time, though, there's one thing as well. So in terms of requested tournaments, by the way, the person that has requested it can do their own rules for their tournaments as well. So we will talk about it. They can tell me the rules and stuff. I will look into the rules. However, it won't be 100% fully approved. That's one thing as well. We will sit down and we'll discuss about it. And I think, for the most part, I'm going to agree to most of the rules and stuff. There isn't really going to be an issue for the most part, but I have to still check on the rules. That is the gist of it. So, in this case, Torao just gave me the heads up and said that, we should just use the FIFA 19 rules. So I was like, okay, cool. We use the FIFA 19 rules. So there wasn't any change on his side to do the rules and stuff. I think the only change he really wanted is just to have 5 minutes per half, which on default already was 5 minutes per half on FIFA 11 compared to FIFA 19. But yeah, if anyone does request any games and they do have a chance because they was an active member in the server, and also they have been actively competing in the tournaments that are done on a weekly basis, then yeah, you can choose the rules, you can choose the game, you can choose the time, you can choose the day. But then again, it has to be fully approved by me or one of the other staff members in Parsec Tournaments Galleria, because we all work as a team, and if I can't make it, then someone else can tag along and actually just do the whole stream and help you out. But for the most part, in the beginning, I'm going to be probably the final decision towards this stuff. So I'm happy to do more suggested games as Parsec tournaments, and I think that given a solid date, time and date is perfect for someone that wants to do a tournament here. But at the same time though, if I'm doing you a favor, you're gonna have to do me a favor. So that is kind of the terms, rules and contracts around it. But it's not even that much of a big deal, and I think it's a great little deal we do have. So let's just move on to the challenge bracket actually. Let's see. Okay, so it's actually not showing the challenge bracket. Okay, now it's acting kind of weird. Let me just do a bit of a tweak. Okay, so let's see. Windows 10. Okay, there we go. I don't know why the capture method changed, but yeah, sorry about that, guys. Here is the capture method for it. So it's Windows 10 really. But yeah, here's the challenge bracket. I have shuffled the bracket beforehand, so the first match will be between Torao and Darkus, and then winner of that will face me in the semi-finals. So that is pretty much it. It's kind of straightforward and it's easy really around it. Essentially, that That is it. So without further ado, because we got 5 minutes, we got some people in the voice channel anyway. Without further ado as well, so I'm gonna go into the voice channel and I'm gonna be discussing with the participants. Alright, so I'm in the voice channel here. So we got Darkest and Torao, the participants for the FIFA 11 Parsec tournament. So let's start off with Torao. So Torao, I want to know what was your reasoning for actually choosing FIFA 11 as your requested tournament over here at Parsec Tournaments Galleria?
Because I think it's the best FIFA game.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And it's fast. And it's fast in terms of gameplay. It's not overly slow like the later ones.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's a good enough reason for me. It was just really just a reasoning for just to let everyone know why you chose it. Really.
Darkest asked, what speed are we playing the game on?
This is default. So let me have a look then. What's default? I've already got the game up, so.
Sorry.
So I got game
settings. Normal.
Yeah, normal. It's normal.
Normal is slow.
So you guys want it fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fastest. Fastest basically.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fastest.
Yeah, because I already said in my stream as well is that for requested tournaments you get to decide anything goes on your side. So fast speed is all good with me. That's all good. So I have changed it on the game right now to the fast speed.
Okay, fastest speed, right? Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's only slow, normal, fast. So I just changed it to that fast. That's
everything else could be. Everything else is whatever. Is whatever you just say.
Oh no, it's all up to you. Like when it comes to official Parsec tournaments over at Parsec Tournaments Galleria, I get to decide all the rules. But when it comes to requested or suggested tournaments, it's all down to the person that suggested it, and then
honestly, just set it to the fastest speed, lowest time, and that's it.
Oh, you want lowest time as well?
Well, it's not. No, just
10 minutes. Darkest said 10 minutes. Yeah, it's already 5 minutes per half, Darkest, so that's good. That's fine. So on default, it's 5 minute per half on FIFA 11. Usually in the later games, it's 6 minutes per half, but it's 5 minutes per half on this side.
I'm gonna change. Join your PC.
Yeah.
Considering it's me versus Darkest. So.
Yes, you're against Darkest. So So let me share the link. I'm gonna send it over to Darkest right now.
Aside from that, I can't think of anything. Everything is good.
Oh yeah. That's fine by me, really.
The least amount of time is just so it doesn't go too long.
Okay, so let's have a look here. So approved apps needs to be on PS3 emulator. Check. Also, we did hear that Game Anime Fan was going to be a co-host commentator. I don't know if he's going to come around. Maybe he's still resting, but he might come around and check out later for some co-commentary. So be that in mind. In the meantime, let me transition and put this into the game. Let's see. The game's up. Alright, you guys can see my screen?
Yeah.
Alright.
I can.
Let's go exhibition match. And okay.
Okay. I picked my side. Just non-Darkest.
So Darkest, you just need to connect your controller. If you have connected your controller, just let me know, and then I'll just check if it hasn't gone through, so we can just check on the emulation side.
Just press a button. The button basically passes through. Says can move.
Yeah. So
Darkest.
it's probably an emulation side. So let me have a look real quick. Okay, where's my mouse? My mouse has disappeared. Okay.
Oh yeah, that happens.
No. Okay, yeah. It's kind of hard to navigate. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just do this. Now it's shown. Yeah, now we go. There we go. All right, so pads. X input. What we got here? X input 1, X input 2. Just move around your left thumbstick, Darkest. I think this should be fine. Yeah, it's good, it's good. I can see it. I can see it moving. Hopefully that does apply it. It does work out. Maybe it didn't apply. Yeah, it didn't apply. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was gonna do. Alright, yeah. So I need to just shrink this a bit. There we go. Alright. So we save it. Pads back again. It's saved. Okay, now it should work. Alright, perfect. Oh yeah, by the way, do you guys need to change your controls? It's on classic mode, so I don't know if you guys have the alternative controls or classic. I usually use alternative for pads controls.
To be honest, I'm good with classic. I can manage with whatever. If Dark just wants to change, he can. That's up to him.
Okay. Yeah, I think Darkest is set up his controls right now.
It's good.
Yeah, so just to let you know as well, we're still going to be using the rule set for FIFA 19. So I don't know if you wasn't hearing it from the stream before, but every match that's not grand finals, it's pretty much essentially first to 3 goals. So if you do score 3 goals first, then you do get the win straight away. If you don't, but it's a draw, then it goes straight to penalties to decide the winner. Does that sound good for you?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Good. Yeah, quite surprisingly, with FIFA 11 on the PS3 version, you can actually plug in up to 7 controllers, which was quite amazing to me. I personally thought that modern console starting from 316 upwards only had a maximum of 4 physical controllers that can be connected to the console, but that's not the case, whereby PS3 can actually connect up to 7. There's only a few games on the PS3 that can actually do local multiplayer for 7 controllers as well. So
Okay. I'm gonna pick my team.
alright, so what we going here is, okay, you guys are moving away from Spain. What we got? We're going to Germany on the home side.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so away side Inter Milan. Home side, I'm guessing Bayern Munich. Yep.
Bayern Munich. Yeah.
Bayern Munich versus Inter Milan. So, I think both teams at this point at FIFA 11 was pretty strong. So I think Jose Mourinho is still coaching Inter Milan. I just need to have a double check on the actual players right now for Inter. Bayern Munich, I'm not even sure who coached Bayern Munich. All I do know is that this was a very good looking team, because Ribery was still there, Schweinsteiger. So about Schweinsteiger, this guy was a hip up and coming star, like a world star. This guy was going to be a world player. But for some reason, this guy thought he was the best in the world in terms of midfield. He thought like, oh, I could play right mid, I could play center mid, I could play defensive mid, I can play attacking mid. He thought he was the Gerrard. And then slowly, he just became forgotten, really. Oh, there we go. There's Robin in this team as well. So, this is the time when Robin left Real Madrid for Bayern Munich. Yeah, they were a really strong force, really. This is the problem though, like they had a really strong team, but the problem was though is that Barcelona was too strong at this time. Barcelona and Real Madrid, too strong, absolutely too strong. The tiki-taka football, man, and I believe Barcelona destroyed Bayern Munich around this time, like 5-0. I think either Nou Camp or in their home stadium Champions League, and it was kind of shocking to see that. I'm not too sure it's around these years, but it's definitely around this time when Barcelona was just destroyed everyone, because 2007, 2009 was Premier League times with Man United, Cristiano Ronaldo, and then 2010, 2011 Barcelona times, and then Real Madrid slowly came into the play, and also Bayern Munich came, I think 2013, 2012. They was good as well. But yeah, you guys can press start, we can get ready. So yeah, here's the first match between Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. So right now, does this actually feel like how it was back in the day with FIFA 11?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm also using free audio tracks as well on YouTube because there's a lot of copyrighted music on FIFA. So I have actually muted all the music of FIFA, and all you can hear is just the crowd cheering, the boos, the screams and stuff on the stream. Alright, so here's the first chance for Bayern Munich. Oh, gets tackled away by Walter Samuel. Oh, Walter Samuel must have been like in his 40s at this point at Inter Milan. He had a really bad time at Real Madrid back in 2005. Really bad season, even though he was like quoted one of the best defenders at the time. He had a really bad season at Real Madrid because like Real Madrid decided to buy him, and it was thinking like, oh, finally we can sort our defense and stuff, because Real Madrid had a really shackling defense for the mid 2000s. But then they still didn't really have the players and stuff. I feel as though the only time in Real Madrid actually had good defense is probably mid 2010s. That's it. Sergio Ramos was on board, and a couple other guys. I actually can't remember the names now, but besides from that, moving on to the game, I feel like both teams are just trying to find their feet here. Snyder's on the ball. Snyder, another ex-Real Madrid player that got signed off to Inter Milan. He actually had good success at Inter Milan actually for winning the Champions League with them, and also Samuel Eto'o. That was a huge signing, by the way. Samuel Eto'o with Jose Mourinho was like really a class move, because Jose Mourinho deals really strongly with really strong strikers. So him and Drogba at Chelsea, and now Samuel Eto'o and Inter Milan. By the way, just to have a look at my Discord channel, we have Gamer Anime Fan in the voice channel. Are you here, Game Anime Fan?
Yes, I am. Just spectating at the moment of what's going on. I'm not really, too familiar with the players or FIFA, because I never really grew up watching any of the football matches. So, I'm pretty new to like the players' names as well, so, and the history behind it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what particular sports did you grow up with?
Pretty much just basketball, and even that was like short-lived, because back in high school I was pretty into the Houston Rockets, Dallas Mavericks and stuff, but after I believe in the beginning of 2010, actually, well, let me take a look. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. And in the meantime, first actual kind of half chance, I'd say, from Torao on his side to actually get the shot on the keeper. Ooh, Darkus even had a chance on his side, but it was actually tackled off from the defender there. Maybe an actual earlier shot would have actually did him a favor there. But still, Darkus has the ball with Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich into the attack right now. Alright, tackled away by Walter Samuel, but oh, okay, Walter Samuel still has it. Now Snyder on the left. Snyder with the dribbling, not really known for his dribbling, but he can dribble for a bit across players if he has to get out of sticky situation. But yeah, I feel as though it's kind of like even Stevens. Oh, okay. Shot from... Oh! Very, very close. Nice save though by... is it Neuer in goal? I think it might be Neuer in goal, because I feel as though Neuer has just been a keeper for Bayern Munich for probably about a decade now. I could be wrong though. Alright, now we have a Bayern Munich corner. Okay, we're changing the kickers. Alright, Arjen Robben to take the corner. Tries to go for a near post. Di Michelis with the rebound. Okay, now close. Oh! Into the keeper's hands. Okay, that was a lob through ball, but didn't find its marker. And it's about 1 more minute until half time. Actually. Pretty much even Stevens. Probably the last chance of the half for Bayern Munich here. Oh! So close. Okay, maybe one more because it was 2 added minutes. Nope. Okay, there we go. It's half time. So, still 0-0. Got another half to go. Hasn't been too many chances. I feel as though both teams are having really solid defense. And it's kind of hard to crack both in there. Because, like, you know, Inter Milan's defense is just impeccable. And then also Bayern Munich's one is pretty much good as well. Okay, Inter Milan just passes it for throw into Bayern Munich there. And now Ribby on the ball, tackled by Cambiasso, another ex-Real Madrid player, by the way. So, funny story, most of these players from Inter Milan just came from Real Madrid's like beforehand team. Like, they're all good players. It's just the fact that Inter Milan just loves Real Madrid players that just aren't, I guess, galactic enough for Real Madrid at the time. Because if you have Cristiano Ronaldo, then you can just pretty much sell pretty much half the team at this point. Wait, I think Cristiano Ronaldo was there at Real Madrid at 2011. I'm gonna have to double check that, because thing is that 2011. Oh my goodness! Just before I was gonna go into another little story there, it seems like the first goal goes to Bayern Munich. Olic with the goal. Great little cross there to actually find the mark of Olic for that header goal. So that's 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Alright, so by Inter Milan, trying to find something on the left side, and now it is a throw to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich now with their chance to try and get a 2-0 lead if they can. Alright, let's go. Trying to warm up some passes, but finds the wrong player there, but kind of a tussle in the midfield of the park, but it's back to Bayern Munich again. Nice little through ball to Olic. Can Olic have the strength? Nope. Walter Samuel breaks up the play. Hey, is it Javier Zanetti? Oh yeah, Javier Zanetti was left back a couple of times of Inter Milan with Jose Mourinho actually, because I believe Maicon was the right back for Inter Milan. So yeah, Javier Zanetti couldn't kind of get across Maicon. Maicon was a brilliant right back for Inter Milan at the time, but Javier Zanetti was still a great player for Inter Milan. Like, he was a leading type of player that he's been for Inter Milan for quite some time. So they couldn't just get rid of him. So they had to just swap him over to left back at the time. But yeah, I just feel as though that Maicon was probably the best right back. Like, they had to just replace the Netty for Maicon when Maicon was on board, really. Alright, so free kick to Inter Milan. 33 yards out. I think it's a bit too far out to actually go for a shot here. Yeah, into the keeper's hand. So it's not Neuer, it's Bot in goal for Bayern Munich. So apologies for earlier. I thought it was actually Neuer in the goal, but it's actually Bot. Is that offside there? No, no offside. I actually thought that was offside. Okay, that was offside there. Okay, we're going into some changes. Bayern Munich side. I wonder if Inter Milan's going to do any changes on their side. Nope, no changes. Just firm on the decision. But yeah, in the meantime, I mean, game anime fan. So, in terms of soccer in America, did you actually have anyone growing up as a friend that was into soccer over there?
Not really. Really not really. I did go to a high school where most of the student body was Hispanic, so a lot of people were really into football at the time. I just didn't really hang out with those type of people. Oh yeah, so going back to the whole basketball situation, yeah, Yao Ming, one of the key players of the Houston Rockets, he ended up getting injured towards the end of 2010, and then he started missing all those games, and he was a pretty good, player for his size. I believe he was around 225 centimeters. So with all that height, I mean, he still had amazing footwork, and I would always like to watch him play. But unfortunately, due to that, all that strain, he wasn't able to play, to his best. So that pretty much led to me not really watching as much basketball as I used to since then.
And just during your monologue there with the basketball story, it's a 2-0 lead over to Bayern Munich. Again, Oleg's the scorer. So one more goal will actually seal it here. But I don't really think that one goal is needed. All you just need to do is just defend for the next 10 minutes. And yeah, Darkus will go through to actually play me in the winners semi-finals.
Seems like Oleg is the star player in this game.
Yeah. Because naturally, with Bayern Munich, they had really good players that can actually be danger men in the box, really. They are really good at heading the ball. They're good at positioning in the box and stuff. That is usually what they do. They just target the man. Germany has always been known for that, having really strong number 9 players that can pretty much just be everywhere around the box. They're not fast, they're not nimble, but they just know how to score goals if they're in the box. That is one of the key strengths to become a German striker. I believe that as well, now that I think about it. Ruud van Nistelrooy used to be like that as well for the Dutch. They just know everywhere around the box. But here we go. This is Inter Milan's chance to score a goal. Oh, misses the top left corner there. And it was actually on Snyder's weak foot, by the way. But yeah, one more minute to go until injury time. And it just doesn't look like Inter Milan could actually turn this back. It's about 2 goals. Yeah, it's an injury time. Even if Inter Milan did get a goal back here. Oh, is that it? No, it's a free kick.
Yeah.
Last free kick.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, is that it? Okay, that's it. That's it. GG, guys.
GG's.
Let's see. So, bear with me one moment. I'm just reporting the scores right now.
Sure.
Start the tournament. So that was 2-0. So Torao, is Inter Milan like your favorite football club that you usually choose? Because you chose that in FIFA 19 as well.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. You usually play against Darkest and with that team and anyone else, to be honest.
So just have a quick look at the challenge bracket. It's me against Darkest for the semi-finals, and then whoever loses will face Torao in losers round 1, and then the other person will be in grand finals, really. So, Darkest is still here. So I guess we can just get right into it anyway. I have my controller connected, and Darkest is still in my Parsec. So what we can do is just go kickoff, exhibition match. Yeah, this is fine by me. So I'm on the away side, and Darkest is on the home side. Okay, so I'm just gonna go Real Madrid. Usually in FIFA games, I just go Real Madrid.
Okay.
Like even in FIFA 22, I go in Real Madrid, even though they're horrible. They're horrible right now. Like, you know, if you play FIFA 22, you gotta have to go with PSG. It's PSG or nothing, because the thing is PSG is super cheap. Mbappe destroys the whole competition. Whatever you do, you can't tackle the guy, you can't barge him out, you can't do anything. Mbappe controls the whole game. And that's one thing. It's like I just feel as though is that like there's such a difference between Mbappe for that time for FIFA 22 and the best character in this game. Maybe it was Messi or Ronaldo. Like they were like insanely impossible to defeat, but Mbappe is insanely impossible. You can't do anything against him. But sorry, what were you gonna say to her?
Well, in each year, these stats are changed for every team, so I guess it really depends what year.
But just in that given year, like for the past 2 years, Mbappe is really the best player I've ever come against. Like
when
in any football game.
When talking about FIFA and PES, each game is different because each team is different on per year basis. That's why they do yearly. They kind of change the values of the statistics of each player. So, if one year Brazil might be the best, other might be Germany, England, UK, whatever. So,
I mean, over here at FIFA 22 and FIFA 21, it's been just PSG and France for the past few years. That's it, really.
Gotcha.
But yeah, moving on. I am playing as Real Madrid for the away side, and Darkest is playing Man City. So I wonder what's with the change for Darkest, to be honest, to play Man City.
It's what Manchester United?
Manchester City.
Manchester City.
Yeah.
Oh, Manchester City has been great for the last couple of years in Premier League. Didn't they win a couple of Premier League championships?
Oh yeah, yeah, they did. I don't think at this did they do it this time. I believe so. Yes, they have. They have at this time. Actually, they were champions around this time because this was when Man United started to kind of a bit crumble. But even though Ronaldo left Man United, Sir Alex Ferguson still won titles without him. That's how much of a legend he is. The moment when Sir Alex Ferguson left Man United, that's when they started not being able to win any titles at all. They was like, yeah, we can spend money on all these great upcoming players, but he just couldn't function as a team. Maybe this year though, they could actually probably win a title because they actually have Cristiano Ronaldo back for Man United. So there might be a difference there, but Ronaldo is probably like 33 or 32 years old right now. Even though he's still quality and stuff, generally.
37.
Oh, 37. Wow. That's just crazy. But yeah, like for a guy to still be running at his age and he can still do the things he can do. You can see that the
Yeah.
guy is in a really top shape condition.
Oh yeah, he's like pretty much like the the Captain America of Portugal. Like the guy has always been in shape.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you have to be. When it comes to soccer, soccer is one of the most
Just imagine if we had a
physically
fat football player.
physically extensive, physically exhausting games in the world. It's one of the most physically exhausting game.
I
So you
would
kind of
argue
need to be in shape.
I would argue and say that boxing would be more physically exhausting because not only are you moving, but you're also getting hit.
True. I do
No,
agree with that.
no. But in terms of soccer, basically you need to run for 90 minutes with 15 minutes as rest. Like you have to keep running nonstop. Like
I mean,
45 minutes plus another 45 minutes. Plus, if we're going like important matches, extra time. It's not exactly easy for your entire body to run for 90 minutes straight. In boxing, you just have to survive for a couple of minutes.
but think about it, Trow.
Yes,
You're getting
it's
hit.
yes, it's
You're
yes.
getting
You're
physically
gonna
hit by
yeah.
if we're going by like a heavyweight match, okay, two heavyweights together, you're talking like if we're
It's a
going
more
by what
dangerous game. It's a more dangerous game,
no,
I
but
would say.
my point is getting hit would exhaust you faster than just, running around chasing a ball.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying it's more endurance when it comes to soccer. So it's physically exhausting to do it day in and day out. For
Speaking of
that,
which, Terrell, like, did you ever play soccer?
I was a goalkeeper. So yeah, I have as a kid.
There was
It's
one point
kind
in my
of
life as well. We actually turned a defender into a goalkeeper at one point as well.
the thing. The thing is, being a goalkeeper is a suicidal fucking attempt. Considering that if like there were cases in my school where I had to goalkeep against two teams. So two teams would try to score the goal at that same point, where instead of going left and right, they just had a point of impact, and you were the point of impact.
Hmm.
You had to defend the goal as much as you can, and if he got fucking hit in the fucking face, I don't know, that hurt. Maybe not as much as a fucking punch in the gut, but still.
Yeah, that's one reason why
Still.
I never wanted to put myself in goal at all. It's just like the moment whereby the ball gets hit you in the face. Even so, like, back in the day of my childhood and stuff, we had someone that was shooting a football in a small cage in about 80 to 90 miles per hour.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
guys like
This was
that.
in a gym. Yeah, this was in a gym. Yeah, this was in a gym,
Yeah.
and we didn't always use like football balls. We sometimes would use handballs, which are more sturdy and they pack more of a punch. And
Hmm.
sometimes even a fucking basketball.
Jesus Christ, a
Basically,
fucking
whatever.
basket. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, basically you get whatever ball you can get your hands on. So
Yeah. I mean, the best advice if you ever go into football, Robbie, is that basically if you ever play a position, you play striker, so you can actually hit the balls at other people. You don't,
Right.
stand for the
Yeah.
ball to come shoot at you.
Yep. And then plus, I feel like, being
goalkeepers,
a goalkeeper is a lot of like depth perception because if you don't know how fast the ball is coming, then you're gonna
no.
get hit in the face.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Goalkeeper is both the most easiest job, but also the most difficult job, mostly because of how, you're gonna get hit in the face. There's no going around that. You're gonna get hit in the face. It's it's something. It's a position when you don't know how to attack or don't know how to defend. Like you don't know basic football skills. Yeah, goalkeeper is not professional goalkeeper, but goalkeeper as as a hobby. When you don't know what to do, just defend. Just don't defend it with your
You know,
body.
I
That's it.
I can imagine that goalkeepers get a lot of backlash though because of, it's like, "Oh, why couldn't you defend against that? I mean, why couldn't you catch that?" Just, I feel
Yeah.
as though like, it's one of the harder jobs out there.
Yeah, there is
Because
it
with the
is the harder,
striker,
but it's also
with with the
it's one.
striker, you can kind
Yeah,
of get away with it because you have like a different players to pass to. So like if you suck, you can still like, but you know how to manipulate the ball and pass it to somebody who can strike, then you can kind of get away with that. But with the goalkeeper, it's all on you. That's immense amount of pressure.
no, I'm not saying it's not pressure. Just I'm saying sometimes it's easier to goalkeep than do the other positions because you really need to run in the other positions. Well, the only thing you need to do is basically stand still and just make sure that the ball doesn't go in the fucking goal. That's it.
Oh, that was a weak header. But yeah,
Though, to be honest, the sport I love the most is volleyball. It was the most enjoyable sport.
we actually never
Because
had the opportunity to do volleyball in PE ever in high school. Never.
we had the
We
opportunity a couple times here, not so much, but we did have a couple. It was more so just like running laps around. Like we had something called the pacer test, and basically you'd have to run a certain amount of
what?
laps. Yep. Wait, what do you mean? What, like, Torao, did you have that?
No. I saw a moment on the stream
Oh,
where
okay.
there was almost a goal by Manchester City.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, we did it a couple of times. I think the most we've played volleyball the most times, and I always liked when we played volleyball. I like to slide on the fucking floor and just try to save as much balls as I could. But yeah,
But yeah, that's interesting though, because yeah, we just never had much opportunities over here in terms of sports. I feel as though like UK type of Sports Manager over here is just very generic, really. Like you get rounders, you can do football, you can do a bit of table tennis, and I think that's really about it, to be honest. Oh, we also did cricket. Oh my goodness, I hate cricket.
Oh yeah.
Like cricket was fun in the
Fine, base.
beginning, I have to admit. Like when I used to play as a childhood and stuff, but then as it kind of grew on and stuff, like much more layered stuff, that's when I started to kind of hate it and stuff. Because one, West Indies wasn't doing so well over here. As a cricket team, like we was just doing horrible nationwide. Everything really was either down to Pakistan, India, or what's the other team that was doing really Australia. And I remember like over here in England as well, like we had like the English national team for cricket, and everyone was like, "Oh, we're gonna do so well this time," but nope. England used to always get destroyed by Asian teams for cricket, always, without a doubt.
Mm. And I still thought, I mean, it's probably a misconception, but I thought cricket was a Indian sport.
It was
It,
actually
it
English
originated
sport.
from
yeah,
the
yeah,
English.
English,
It
yeah, yeah,
originated
yeah,
from
English,
from
yeah,
English, but then India decided to like adopt it because
yeah.
they had nothing else to do. So because like you'll never really find like Indian players on any other sport besides cricket.
Yeah. I mean, there was a batsman for India that broke a world record, which was really impressive. I forgot who it was, though. Can't remember the name, but yeah, like throughout the 2000s and 2010, like this guy was a crazy batsman and stuff. Like, nobody couldn't touch this Indian batsman, and he had like a phenomenal record by all means. And I was thinking to myself, like, why didn't they just sell like an Indian batsman as a international cricket game? Because all I see is Brian Lara cricket, and that guy has
Oh
been
yeah.
retired for many years, and they still use that guy's name for cricket games.
Well,
All right, just there. That ends it there. So, Darkest is going to the grand finals. Is 2-1. I did score one goal way too late. I had a few chances in the beginning, but it wasn't anything too deeming. So he scores the second one in the 85th minute, and that kind of pretty much solved his place to actually be in the grand finals, really. And yeah,
that means it's
GG's.
me and you, huh?
Yeah, it's me and you, Torao. Let's see. Let's have a look.
Balotelli. Oh man. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna be reporting the scores right now. So 2-1 to Darkest.
Okay. Tell me when to join.
Yeah, you can join right now.
At least this tournament is fun. So
Yeah, you chose
all
it.
I'm gonna
You,
say.
you wanted to play FIFA 11, and this is what you get. You get FIFA 11.
Yeah. All right. Might as well.
All right. So 1 second here as well. Let me just switch it back into the game for the stream.
Okay.
All right. So I am ready, and yeah. So I'm on home side. I'm gonna pick Real Madrid because there's no other team in this game other than Real Madrid for me. All right, and Torao is gonna be picking Inter Milan. Do you need to go to? Okay, you're gonna be changing your thing. I'm just gonna click done because I already know that Cristiano Ronaldo is in my team, so that's all I need really. That is really all I need. If as long as Ronaldo's in the team, then I am good to go.
That's all
Alright.
I needed. Just a formation. Cause yeah.
I mean, what do you think of this idea? Like, if there was a next FIFA and a PES tournament whereby it's a 2v2 tournament.
Yeah, I think it would be good. Though, probably a lot of. Mm,
I mean, first of all, we just need the numbers basically. So like, if we were ever to do a 2v2,
mm.
like I would have to be certain that we actually have football fans and stuff that would be willing to do something like that in the future, but not right away though. But I mean, it's a really fantastic idea because I personally have the most fun with these games when I'm playing with other people in the team, same team. Like, you have someone controlling one player on your side, and you're just like, "Oh, pass the ball," and like they're just in the perfect position, but you never pass the ball to them. I mean, I think this is a
Yeah,
good
it's gonna
idea.
be. Ah, wait there. Okay.
Oh, what's wrong?
No, nothing.
But yeah, I feel as though just team tournaments in general is just more fun. Like we've done the Overcooked tournament, and I felt as though that was my favorite tournament so far. That we've done. Um, because of the fact that like having 2v2 is kind of fun because it was a whole load of communication. So it wasn't really kind of commentating the actual game what's happening. It's just that people were speaking for itself. And then the great classic grand final with me, Game Anime Fan versus Omen and Kofi. It was kind of like the difference. Like one side had commentary, like talking to each other and stuff, and then the other side, they couldn't talk to each other at all because I believe Omen had a microphone, but Kofi didn't. So they were kind of like, okay, we just need to just be in sync somehow in the game. Which in the first time when we played against Kofi and Omen in Overcooked, they beat us in that particular map. And then in the grand finals, we pretty much 6-0 them. I think it was either 6-0 or 6-1. I think they got one game from us, but that was about it. That match was a good match, and then of course the great funny match that we had as well in Overcooked was you and Oma Game Zone versus Andreas and Zed. That was just hilarious because I knew the strat that Andreas was gonna pull, but I didn't say anything until the moment whereby he was stealing your food and stuff.
uh, yeah, and I love that whole like tug of war that we tried to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Like he was pushing me in the corner, and I was like, I was trying to get out, and you were there with the food,
Yeah.
and it's like, just imagine if they had like a temperature mechanic,
Mm,
whereby like if you wait too long, the food's gonna get cold, and
yeah.
then you would either have to trash that food or you would get less points. That would be fucking perfect.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Like you're just standing there with the food, and I'm trying to get out of the corner, and then the food gets cold. Then then I finally get out, and then you serve it, and then you get less points or no points if it's ice cold. Yeah, like man, then that game would never fucking end.
Yeah, that probably will be an idea for Overcooked 3 when that comes out.
Hopefully it does.
Hmm. I definitely agree. I mean, Overcooked 2 came out back in 2018. So it's been a long time that game has been out for. I
I
mean,
don't know. Has it done well in sales though? Like because usually that's what companies look for.
I'm not too sure actually. I've never looked at sales. All I know is that it was really popular on Parsec, and there was one point whereby Epic Game Store was selling out the game for free, so that everyone picked it up. And then that was the first time I've ever seen on Parsec Arcade whereby one game was just flooding it, and that was Overcooked 2. The whole everyone was just like playing it. 60 to about 80 people hosting Overcooked 2. No, and the people that were hosting it as well wasn't even like good hosters as well. Like they didn't have like really good speeds and stuff. They were just hosting the damn game because they knew they had it for free and stuff. Because I feel as though like most people in general, like in terms of Parsec, like they don't really own a lot of games or they just don't have a lot of games to host. But
Right.
when it comes to games that come free, so like Overcooked 2 was the one that first started off, and then recently Moving Out was free on Epic Game Store. and then so much people downloaded that and was hosting that game. Which, by the way, I still need to try out that game. Moving Out. That was a really popular game. It can't be done as a tournament, of course, because it was a co-op game. Actually, maybe it could be. Actually, it could potentially be done as a tournament, but the way how it would be done, it will be through time limit, like doing like, oh, who's the fastest at moving out the furniture and stuff. But honestly, I think it's much more better to be played as a co-op game than as an actual tournament game. But nevertheless, that's like a new kind of clever idea for Parsec, for a Parsec game, really, for people to try out the game and stuff. Anyways, it's halftime, 0-0. This reminds me of the match you had with Darkus earlier, Torao, where it was 0-0, and then that's when the goals start coming in.
Yeah. Resume.
I mean, I'm never really gonna be using any substitutions really, even if my players are worn out and just like red bar in terms of stamina. I'm never gonna actually change them out really.
Same.
I mean, here's the thing: is like, I feel as though that every time I play a football game, it's just like I've already got my perfect 11 of the team. Why is there need for subs unless they're injured? Really, I'm not thinking really much of a manager. I'm just really thinking of it as like an actual video game. That as long as these guys can move on the pitch, then I'm just gonna keep using them.
Oh, the realism wasn't big here. You basically could run them like stuck bred animals, and they wouldn't feel a thing.
Oh, I missed the goal completely there. It feels very sensitive though, that if you hold the shoot button for like more than, let's just say, half a second, it just goes right into the sky there. Because naturally, the way how I shoot and stuff, I put a lot of power into it, so I always go for like the top corners. I never go for bottom corners and stuff or try a finesse shot. It's just like, I go for top corners really, essentially. But yeah, if we actually had to do a Provinces Evolution Soccer tournament, which number of the series would you be most interested in?
06.
Yeah, 6 is a good choice, actually. 6 actually had Adriano's best in the game. So, yeah, Inter Milan was really strong in 6, actually. So I can see why you actually like Inter Milan so much. Because, yes, Inter Milan was one of the best teams in 6. Alongside, let's just say, I don't know. I think just in club football in general, it was either Inter Milan, Chelsea, or maybe Barca? Real Madrid had a decent team, but it wasn't as strong as Inter for sure. That's for sure. Like Ibrahimovic and Adriano up front was just nightmares. I used to love with Pro Soccer 6 that there was a online division type of system whereby the more wins you have, the higher division you go. So at one point, I was actually at the highest division in that game online. But the thing is, though, is that you have to keep on juggling it. Like, you can't stop playing the game. Like, if you stop playing the game, then you're going to just get relegated. So the moment I stopped playing the game, I just got relegated to, like, the 2nd or 3rd division. And I had to climb back up again. But yeah, what was you going to say, Torao?
I'd say Inter was pretty good back then.
Oh, what a deadly tackle!
The game is very arcadey. It's even more arcadey than this.
Oh yeah,
and this is arcade.
Yeah, it is. PES games was like in a league of its own when it came to like this simulation they did with the arcade
Well,
style football.
Pez in '06 was the best.
Yeah. My favorite PES game would definitely have to be Pro Evolution Soccer 2. That's for me. I mean, I love PES 6, but yeah, the old school PES games, like the early ones, Pro Soccer 2, 3, 4, yeah, those were amazing. Not too sure, like, why they kind of changed the formula of the PES games after 6. Like, after 6, like, they changed the whole formula of the game entirely. I wonder what was going on in Konami's mind. Like, did they just have like a new fresh of people in the team that decided let's just change everything? Because really, it was because I think
They had to change.
yeah.
They
Mhm.
had to change. They had to change. FIFA was gaining on them. So
I mean, FIFA in terms of sales has always been really high compared to PES, wasn't it? Because FIFA had all the licensing. And
yeah.
people just prefer just to have licenses. Like, oh yeah, this
No,
guy
but
has.
'06. No, but '06 back then was an undisputed king.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it needed to be better than FIFA. FIFA wasn't exactly better than PES from FIFA 11 onwards.
yeah.
That's when FIFA got better.
Mm.
So it's not like FIFA had good moments in the retro era, but it wasn't better.
Oh
What
wait,
the
shit! Is that a penalty?
red card?
Personally, I
You
thought I had the
shouldn't have
ball there.
done.
I thought I had the ball there.
Yeah, but you lost the player because of the.
But it's
Okay.
like 1 minute to go anyway. If you score here, then it would be a bad choice. Okay, that's fine.
Ah.
All right, so it's penalty shootouts.
Yes.
Okay, so penalty shootout. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, okay, this is good. Oh my goodness, I don't know how this is gonna go. Okay, hit the green. Is this okay? No, I don't know how this works. Oh, yeah, because there's a little
And you
meter.
think I do?
There's a meter underneath your name. You have to like put it
Yeah.
like right in the center there. Oh, what? I did it again. I thought the center was good there. What? I guess you don't have to hold it. I don't know. When you tilt it. Okay. Yeah, this is very difficult. It's like what we have to tilt the analog stick a bit slightly to the left and right while we shoot it. Oh my goodness, this is like this is nightmare for both of us, really. Okay, that's one. All right. Oh, okay. So if you want to dive, you use the right thumbstick. Right thumbstick's to dive.
Okay.
Wait, if I score this, is that it? Oh.
Okay, Schneider.
Oh, I shouldn't have dived there. Okay. So it has to be like a light tap then. A light tap on the shot. So you can actually kind of curve it to the corners and stuff. Like a little tap for the shoot button. Okay, that might be wide. Yeah. You have to tap it. Oh. I won? Okay. So that's 2-1.
Seems like it.
Yeah, 2-1 penalty shootouts.
Yeah.
Alright.
GG's.
GG's. I think that's the first time we ever went to penalty shootouts at the tournaments here for FIFA. Interesting.
No, I can't. Shrek, huh?
Alright, I'm just kind of just entering the scores right here. Just give me one moment. And just to show on the stream right here, we're on to the grand finals. I'm on loser's side. Darkest is on winner's side. Okay, let me just check if Darkest is all good on his side as well. Oh yeah, Darkest, you don't really need to leave my Parsec, really. Because it was only a few of us, yeah, I don't mind. But if it was like a bigger, larger server, essentially, a tournament, like if we had like a lot of players and stuff, then yeah, I would tell you to leave the Parsec. Alright, so let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, because your controller's still connected, so it should be all good anyway. Let me see if it's showing the game. The game's looking good. Okay, game's still fine to be shown on stream. Alright.
Oh, good luck. Damn.
Alright, so I'm on the home side and I pick Real Madrid as always. I wonder what Doc is gonna pick. Doc has picked Bayern Munich against Torao. Then he picked. Okay, so he's picking AC Milan. I don't think AC Milan was ever strong at this point in time.
It was. They were. Inter Milan, like Milan were always strong. It's just when they were OP, basically. For,
yeah.
Champions League. They were always like a good team. Like a good number of the teams that were picked today and for the tournament were good back then. They're still good now, but not as good as other teams.
Because I felt as though like 2011 AC Milan, they just had a couple of old players and just players that were just sold off to other players. So like, I saw there, Rubinho. Rubinho was just starting to fall off at Real Madrid, and then he got to AC Milan, and then he still didn't do anything at AC Milan. There, Alexandre Pato though, I'm a big fan of Alexandre Pato. Had a really huge potential with him as a Brazilian forward. But I don't know, Brazil just kind of just fell off except for Neymar, really. Like, they had so much great players, coming through the ranks. And then only Neymar was the only one that was, like, kind of world class. It was like, yeah, this guy is the real deal. But then all the other Brazilian players that was just getting bad. They just had, like, really bad showcases, like, club football-wise. And then when it came to national football, that's when it kind of powered up in them. And then that's when they lost to Germany.
Brazil was always good in World Cups, regardless of when they were the strongest or whatever.
Yeah.
They as a whole they're a good team. They're kind of like the royal fucking team, considering they have the most World Cups, regardless if they win them all the time or not.
But I mean, what about Brazil now though? Like, I feel as though Brazil now is like probably worse than like Brazil for like the past 20 years though.
Yeah, probably. But they are still good. They might be worse now, but they they are still a good like World Cup representation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, right
They can still
now,
beat
yeah.
they can still beat a good number of countries,
Oh yeah,
and
they could,
like
of course, yeah.
they will still finish top four. I think it's well, England used to be good, but England has been well not as not the England from the Moore days. So
Oh, what a goal! Okay, that was a good goal. I must admit, that was a really good goal. I don't know how you did that, Dorcas, but that was a good goal.
just positioning. It's all about positioning in football games.
That was insane. Okay, hopefully this is not too. Okay, okay, good, good, good. I'm still in the game. But Ronaldinho shouldn't be able to. Look how skinny Ronaldinho is in this game. He was fat at this time. He was really fat. How come they made him kind of skinny in this game? Yeah, look at the shape of Ronaldinho. This is not accurate at all. Like for the longest time, Ronaldinho just couldn't lose
It's a
weight.
video game from it's it's a video game from 2011. What do you expect?
The only time when Ronaldinho was ever in shape was at Barcelona, like in 2006, 2007. Then he actually started putting the weight in, and then yeah, his career just went to shit afterwards.
Yeah, well, it's soccer. It takes a lot out of you, man. It's not easy to to be in shape in the sport.
I mean,
Actually, it is
Cristiano
really.
did it.
It is
Yeah,
really
he.
because the thing is, yeah, it's like this is full time professional football. They're actually on the trading guy field like Monday to Fridays, like as a normal job it is. But for some weird reason, Ronaldinho, after his training regime, was always eating the cakes at home.
Yeah, well, the thing about I mean, the thing about football and training is like you could do world class training as much as you want, but if your diet is shit and you don't have that calorie deficit, then you're not gonna get that definition,
Yeah,
and it's not gonna help you in
exactly.
the long run. So mainly the difference between Ronaldo and Ronaldinho is basically the fact that Cristiano takes care of himself in diet and exercise.
There,
Where
there are two Ronaldos, one Ronaldinho. You have Cristiano Ronaldo, which is the newest Ronaldo, and you have the old one. The old one, I think, had a couple of um, what was it? International, international plays. He even did a hat trick on a World Cup. If you remember what Ronaldo I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Brazilian Ronaldo. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Hey, he used to be the best. I mean, not the best,
I mean,
but
honestly,
he
I
was
think
the
he
one.
was like a very strong placeholder to be like the best, player in the world back in, just to say, 999 when he was at Inter Milan per se. Like, there was no other striker at that time that could pretty much do the same things that he could do. And then from there, he kind of just lost his stride in club football, really. So of
No, but
coming back.
everyone's gonna lose, man. It's hard to maintain a good career in football. You either quit early and and remain your mental composure, or you basically continue playing until you're 30, which I think is what I forgot. What was the guy's name that was from Italy? There was also an Inter. I forget him. He had like a ponytail or something like that.
Ibrahimovic.
No, no, no. This one was from the old guard. Like
What
an old
nationality
player.
was he?
Italian.
Batistuta,
No,
Inzaghi.
that's Argent. Oh, it could be Inzaghi. Yeah, yeah. I think it's Inzaghi. Inzaghi played until he was 30, and he started off in Inter, but then he went to the low focus Italian clubs
Okay.
like Bari or some shit. Like he spent a lot of time playing football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Inzaghi. Inzaghi played a lot on soccer.
Well, that's the thing with
He
footballers,
was
isn't it?
yeah.
That they play for a long time, but then the moment they get out, they need to find a different career, and it's kind of difficult because they don't really have any qualifications or anything else to back them up to actually secure them another job other than the actual career they was in. So like most of the footballers when they do retire, they get into something that is football related.
Yeah, like coaching.
Yeah, or managing.
Most of them go to coaching, from football to coaching, because that's
Yeah.
the only because that's the only thing they can do.
Whoops.
That's worth. That's gonna give them any capital. You know, being a football player gives them a lot of money.
Yeah, because like even with that lot of money and stuff, it's like you could pretty much invest into housing or do whatever with it, really.
Yeah.
So it's a very good choice in the early days, like to get rich scheme really quickly.
Yeah. And then keep the money. Oh, the day has been a very rich tournament day.
It has been, yeah. It's been so much tournaments. I mean, how did the Mortal Kombat 2 tournament ended with the players competing? Because
Good.
I only
Oh,
saw the
good.
first half.
Yeah. Good. Good. Whether it was a Brazilian or an Argentinian to win the tournament, I don't know. But yeah, they won.
Sounds good.
Yeah. People were satisfied from the tournament, so that's all that matters.
I mean, as for the tournament
Uh,
itself, still 1-0 to Darkest, with about less than 20 minutes to go. I don't know if I'll be able to
yep.
pull one back, because every time I do my chances, they either go really high or they just don't go in. I don't know what's going on here.
No. Find out, I guess.
Oh man, if I still had a bit of a control of the ball, I would have gave it to Higuain there. Which is another striker that fell off. Like, honestly, I had so much hope for Higuain at Real Madrid. But then yeah,
It's
they
Real
just
Madrid.
swapped him for Benzema. I mean, Benzema's really quality, but I just like watching Higuain. But then when they sold him off, and then he went to Juventus, I guess he made a bit of a name for himself there. But other than that, he just wasn't the same as he was in Real Madrid. But at least he got some of a career at Juventus, at least.
Oh, it's Juventus. They were always good. Oh, almost always.
Oh, If I could actually get something there, Xavi Alonso.
Xavi.
I wonder in FIFA 11 that did people do a lot of skills like as they do now? Because I know in FIFA nowadays is that it's all about skills really, close touching the ball and doing a lot of skills. But was it the case with FIFA 11, FIFA 10, or FIFA 9? They did a lot of skills. I can't really remember really. But yeah, doing skills is like a must now in FIFA games. Like you have to just do skills all over the place.
Well, if you face someone
Oh,
that
really?
you,
All
then you
right.
have to do
I guess
tricks
that is
with,
it.
yeah.
That is it. GG's.
We finished it in 1 hour and 11 minutes.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a quick tournament really. But yeah, definitely GG's to Darkness.
Quick. Yeah,
Man.
it's a good thing I told you.
Man, it's just been so long since I even touched like a FIFA game around this time. It just feels so different compared to FIFA 19. That's for sure. It feels a lot more quicker.
Well, that's why I told you. That's why I suggested it, because it is quicker. It's not as slow and slogging as 19.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as fast as Mario Strikers or
Oh,
even
which
FIFA Street, but
yeah, which by the way, we're gonna be doing a FIFA Street and a Mouse Strikers. I think more so it's gonna be more of a Mouse Strikers tournament first. There's been a lot of requests of that coming through. To be honest, as
it's
a
going to be. There's no need to hurry.
yeah,
There's
absolutely.
no need to. Anything, considering that everything comes. I mean, Hellish Words was requested. We did it. And a bunch of other games were requested and we did it.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's definitely.
Oh, Hellish Quarter wasn't requested on our server, by the way. That was picked by us. That was on the spreadsheet.
Regardless, it's a good pick.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how long the actual music was paused on the stream, but I believe that we still had sound either way on the game, so it should be fine that we had actual background music. But I don't know how long it was paused for, generally. But it should be fine as how the stream would go. But yeah, just to wrap things up for this stream, congratulations to Darkest for winning the FIFA 11 tournament. Thank you for Torao to actually request this game as our first requested game. We do actually have another requested tournament game that is going to be coming right up next week as well, which is also going to be quite awesome to check out. But you know, generally for today, really, it's just been some really good tournaments. We had Hellish Court, Torao won it, first ever tournament that Torao's won over here at Parsec Tournaments Galleria, and then FIFA 11, another new winner at Parsec Tournaments Galleria, which is Darkest. And quite honestly, Torao, 4 hours, I think it's about 4 hours, 5 hours. So you've been holding the title for 5 hours for Hellish Court, and now it's given to Darkest on the server. So speaking of which, Darkest is going to be holding the championship title of Parsec Tournaments Galleria for a whole week until the next tournament, which will be next week Saturday. But yeah, thanks for everyone for tuning in for the stream, and yeah, we'll see everyone for next week.